Make them prove their case, even if you did it. So now, in a legal sense, it's okay to lie again. Well, you have rights. And you do. We do. Thank God for the Constitution of the United States, that you have a right to legal representation. You have a right to certain legal promises and protections. But again, we're told to lie. You put your hand on the Bible, or you swear in court. How many people go to jail or prison or found guilty of something all the time because the person that's swearing knows that they're lying and doesn't care? God hates it, but we do it so easily. We do it so liberally. It just becomes this natural, mechanical response of self-preservation for whatever reason. So where does this leave us? What do we do? Where do we turn? Can being honest and truthful really be helpful? Can it? It's much easier just to tell a lie, isn't it? It is. Let's be honest. It's much easier to tell a lie. You know, we know how to lie efficiently and effectively, quickly. Okay? But we don't always know how to tell the truth honestly and constructively. You might be thinking, well, how do I do that anyway? Right? Well, don't tell me lying doesn't work, because it got me out of a lot of stuff. Right? Don't tell me lying doesn't work, because, man, it made all that pain go away quick. It made all that bad stuff go away really, really quick. So I know that it works. But in the end, I mean, did it really work? What were we really spared? Did we really learn any true correction come our way? Any true discipline come our way? Any true character formation come our way? Or did we just delay the cycle of pain until the next situation comes up and you gotta lie again or lie more, right? What is that old adage, for every lie you tell, you gotta tell 10 more to cover it? And that could get exhausting, right? But I have been there. You know, so this ain't none of this stuff going on, right? I have my own life that I lived and my own struggles. Remember getting a spanking as a child for telling the truth? Did that reinforce? I did. My girl's crinkling his head. In my house, you got spanked, brother. So did that compel us to tell the truth again? Or tell a lie? Did not get that spanking. When my dad was alive, we feared this statement from him. Go to your room, put your hands on the bed, and wait for me. Sheer and utter terror. Because you knew when he walked in that room with that big leather belt what was coming. And you would rather lie than get one of those from him. And it wasn't a one swat kind of deal. Okay, you got it and you got it good. Pain, pleasure, truth, a lie, truth, pain, lie, pleasure. I'm going to lie. Because I don't want that pain. We want to end the trauma as fast as possible, don't we? We want to get out of that situation as quick as possible. Come on, I'm just being honest here. We're not condemning anyone. Why do we lie? We have to look at that. Society, community, family, friend, the expectation, the norm. Everywhere we look, it's all the way around us. If you're belong to a union and you do something you know you're not supposed to do, the union lawyers will tell you, shut up, don't say a word. We'll take care of it from here. Don't respond. Don't do anything. They don't ask you if you're guilty, if you did it. They don't care. So we lie. So we can keep our job. We got legal protection for lying. So it's just part of our society, folks. And it's not a good thing, because it doesn't make us deal with who and what we really are, what we become in that moment, or our failure. They said, well, confession's good for the soul, but it's bad for the reputation. And that's our problem, really. As adult Christians, we're more concerned about our reputation than we are the true condition of our soul sometimes. And that's not of a benefit to us. I'm not saying you got to tell everybody your failures and tell everybody all your private struggles, but you better tell somebody. Somebody needs to, you need to get that stuff out of you, right? And not continue to lie about it. Well, I have an earth-shattering principle for you. It's going to revolutionize your world. It is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow of communication. It is. It's a principle that is so powerful. It'll break the negative effects of and perceptions we have around being honest if we'll just put it into practice. You ready? If you have your Bibles, turn to Ephesians 4:15. Ephesians 4:15. Always go to the table of contents, folks. I'll be the first one to tell you. It's all right. Yeah, it's okay. Will, man, he's well versed. He just goes right to it. Connie's smart enough to look over and say, "Where's it at, brother?"
Ephesians what again, please?
4:15.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
But speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in all aspects into Him who is the head, even Christ. Speaking the truth in love. How about that? Who can't handle the truth if it's said with love? Love edifies. Love builds up. Love believes all things, hopes all things. So when we communicate in love, we're believing and hoping and praying for the best of that person. We don't have to lie. It's better to say, "I'm not ready to talk about this right now," than tell a lie to the person that you're having conflict with, whatever it is. Or say, "I'm not really sure how to handle this right now, and I need a little bit more time." We have our very real emotional response mechanisms, our very real emotional response patterns to life. And look, who doesn't need more time sometimes in conflict? I'm not ready to deal with this yet. I'm not ready to talk about this yet. I can't handle this right now. That is so much better to say that out loud than to tell this big whopper of a lie. You're going to have to figure out what you said, or remember what you said, or tell another lie to cover that lie. Because there's consequences to us more than anybody else to fall into that pattern. And we'll speak the truth in love. It'll revolutionize everything else. Speaking the truth to love, it says speaking the truth in love equals growing up, right? In the Greek, that term grows up means to mature. In its application, it means to mature. Guess what, folks? Telling the truth in love helps us to mature. It helps us to stop being afraid. Right? We don't have to be afraid if we'll just stop and say, "Okay, I got to say this. Can we talk about this?" I want to encourage you to really comprehend this, because when you can comprehend this and absorb this into your life, the fear of man will go away. The fear of what other people have to think and have to say, and when they try to dominate you and manipulate you and control the situation and control the dialogue, you can stand there in absolute and utter confidence and continue to speak the truth in love. You can. I miss all my dialogue with the inmates down in Texas in the jail. Because, man, they would really want to get into it. And you just stand there in love. And all that stuff would just kind of go away into the background. And I would tell them, "I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here because I love you. Because Christ died for you. And he wants to see you saved, healed, and delivered. And that was truth, and speaking the truth in love. And if we're having arguments, if one of us will stop and get that part of us that's so emotionally charged under control, it will tone everything down. In an argument, what you don't want to do is mirror and match. Bill gets really mad at Kelly. Kelly says, "Come on, brother. Woo, I'm ready for you." Right? I got some saucy things that I want to say to you in this moment. It's the best thing you can do is lower your tone of voice. That's why Proverbs says, a soft answer can break a very bone. Lower your voice, get yourself under control. Say, I'm not going to engage you like this. Bill, get under control. When you're ready to talk, I'll talk to you. If you want to yell and argue and scream, you can go do that outside. Go to the garage. Go talk to the dogs like that. But you're not talking to me like that. Okay? And we'll do that with each other, and they don't fight like that, just for the sake of this discussion. Bill is I never heard Bill ever raise his voice, but I don't know, Kelly, you can tell me if that's true later. Don't tell me now. I've never heard him raise his voice. I've never seen him get upset, ever. So, I'm not trying to apply anything here, but it's just an example. If we'll get ourselves to a place in a moment, in a very difficult conversation, where we'll lower our voice, calm our hearts down, and intentionally turn it around, it's going to be much easier to tell the truth and not have to tell a lie. You did it first. You know they didn't, but now you're mad. You know they didn't do it first. You know that you did it, but now you're mad. Now you're upset. Now you're trying to protect yourself. Now you're trying to defend yourself. Now what are we trying to do? We're trying to stop the pain. We're trying to stop the pain of the moment, and so we look at them and say, I know you are, but so what am I? Right? That's what we do. I swear, it's like that book that said everything I need to learn, I learned on the playground by 7 years old or whatever that was. We learn how to argue as kids. I know you are, but what am I? Right? Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. I won't say the second part of that. We don't need any more help. But speaking the truth helps us to mature. It will do that for us. And if we don't learn to stop lying, we can't move forward in conflict. We can't move forward in the relationship. We can't move forward with our own healthy self-esteem and our own healthy self-perspective. Because do we or do we not know what we are? We know what we are. I could come up here every Sunday and put on the best Christian impression for you. I was president of Toastmasters. Don't think that I don't have the training to do it. Don't think that if I didn't want to, I could manipulate you right down to the ground. Unfortunately, that's what most pastors do today. They learn the power of words, the power of emotional manipulation, and they preach in that form or fashion. And you'll know when you have fallen under somebody's spell through manipulation, because you'll look at them and say, they're so great. You just bought the lie, baby, because ain't nobody that great. They're so perfect. No, they ain't. You just bought the lie. They would never do that. Yeah, not in front of you. And this is what's going on in churches all across this country. And that's why we can't deal with anything truthfully or honestly. Glenda was at our house the other day. This is going to be a recording. It's going to be out there. And it happened, so there it is. She's giggling so hard. I'm already embarrassed. I haven't even said it yet. And Amanda gets after the dog. She says, "Damn it, Mercy!" And I said, "Oh my God." I look at Glenda and I said, "Abigail taught her that word."